Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Do you want my head in a box? Well, you're not getting that. And today I'm going to tell you about some stories I had in Roblox FNAF roleplay servers. Where does my content come to? But anyways, we all know Roblox and FNAF, so I'm not going to bore you to death with what Roblox and a FNAF is. So I'm just going to, get into things, starting with the first story out of 3 stories I have for you. So without further ado, let's begin. So I was on the server called Animatronic World, just chilling in the FNAF 2 location as my boy Shadow Freddy. So then I saw this OC Fox woman with this long crazy name. It was like listing like her freaking backstory or whatever, and I go up to her and say, "Mate, you have a long name." Eventually this girl just starts to try and have an argument with me. Now, I don't remember the argument, but I do remember that she took me to a dumpster and she told me that's my sister, which, yeah, that's pretty accurate. But then Springtrap out of nowhere comes along to fight this woman and help me out, and I'm just like, what? So somehow we defeat her and she leaves, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And then she comes back in her fire form. Okay, what's going on? And that's all I can really remember. I mean, I think like she comes like back in a water form, but I think the server crashed. So yeah, the moral of the story, don't point out the obvious or whatever. So here we go, we're in the same server and same location, and this time, I was Bugs Bunny. Well, okay, I went into the OC factory and I tried my hardest to make what Bugs Bunny would look like. Okay, so, I went to the edge of the FNAF 2 map again and started acting like Bugs Bunny. Okay, so, yeah, and then I saw this person playing as, like, I think Elizabeth Afton or something like that, and I went, "What's up, Doc?" She's like, "Bugger off," and I'm like, "No." Then out of the blue, here comes Shadow Spring Bonnie, and this dude's like, "Bugger off," and I'm like, nah, all Bugs Bunny like. Then here comes the most backcrap insane part. He creates a portal to hell. Huh. So yeah, he creates a, I'm doing air quotations, portal to hell. So he tells me to go in there. So I did, but obviously there's no portal, so I just smacked into the wall. And I'm just like, ow. But then he said, "Follow me," and I'm like, okay, whatever. Then me, this shadow guy, in the freaking Elizabeth Afton Naladin Enter mask, I don't know where she got it, maybe up her butt. And then we went to the sis location area, and then this little girl just scooped Shadow Spring Bonnie. I'm like, oh, heck nah. And I went back to the FNAF 2 place, and then that guy came back as Spring Bonnie. So yeah, pretty weird, but I mean, this is probably just, average Bugs Bunny life right there. Congratulations, you found a bonus story. Okay, so here's a bonus story I had for you. It's very, very short, but we'll just get into it. So I was on a different server called Fredbear's Ultimate Roleplay, and I was playing as Spring Foxy, or Golden Foxy, or Treasure Foxy, whatever he's called. It was Golden Foxy, or whatever. And for some reason, this Shadow Chica keeps telling me I'm your friend, and I'm like, no. And then she starts pretending to attack me, and I'm like, well, no, because she's not actually attacking me. And now I will show you some screenshots of this incident. And yes, the Chica was in a T-pose. Yeah, pretty weird story. So let's move on to the final one. So this was on the Fazbear Revamp Part 2 server. For some reason, the dude made a Part 1 and a Part 2 server. Okay. And I was Wither Golden Freddy, and I went into the office, and there was so many freaking Vannies. Like, I'm not kidding. There was like 3, and then at the end there was like 10. Which is very weird, because Vanny was like a special badge character. I don't know. So, there's these, many people being Vanny, which is crazy. So, I just started talking with all of them, talking about how, like, why is Toy Bonnie a girl? And, like, one of them also said, like, who's the imposter, which, haha, Saucy Baka Among Us reference. And then I decided to ask them to do a conga with me. And I did. We all went into a conga, which was actually pretty fun. But, of course, it eventually ended. Also, here's also the 3 screenshots that I was taken from the story. Sadly, there's no screenshots of the conga, but it was still cool. And, yep, there you go, guys. This is a really short video I've made, but, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Remember, hit the soup button.